All right. Guys, I've been to the mountaintop, and I got something to say, all right? I'm unveiling the new long-term profit goal. Are you guys ready for this? Drum roll, please. This is going to blow your mind, okay? This is what we're going to do. This is good.
$30 million? There's only two of us.
We made $63,000 in gross sales last year. That's everything.
Okay, look, I'm a visionary. Okay, what you're witnessing right here, this is leadership. I'm looking at where we're going to be 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. Did Henry Fonda, when he invented the Model T, were they sitting around going, how are we going to build this car? No. Okay, they got their hands dirty, they grabbed the bull by the horns, and then they killed it.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Step one, okay? We're going to maximize efficiency. Number two, write this down. Number two, step three, emulsification. Listen, if you guys follow those steps, we're gonna hit our goal by the winter of 2032. Okay, what an incredible Christmas that'll be. All right, so you guys know what you're doing?
No.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna hit the links. Ooh, Daddy likes.
Today's show, we're going to record today's show using some spa-like epic audio music that really doesn't match at all what we're talking about. Because we can. Thrive Nation, on today's show, I'm going to play audio from one of my staff meetings that I just had because in this particular staff meeting, I get to advocate for firing somebody. And that is what running a business is like. And so you're going to hear actual audio from one of my staff meetings that I had. You're going to hear the meeting, and hopefully this is educational on how to lead a staff meeting, how to make it happen. But I wanted to tap into your thoughts in reaction to this, Miriam, and just get your thoughts on this.
Okay.
So and by the way, Miriam is the host of the Moms on a Mission podcast, the Moms on a Mission podcast. You can check it out there everywhere podcasts are found, momsonamission.net. But here's what I wanted to tap into your wisdom on. Every staff meeting we have for this particular company, it starts at 8 in the morning. 8 in the morning! What time do you think everyone should be at the meeting if the meeting starts at 8?
At least 10 to 8, I would think.
Okay. Well, today's meeting, everybody was there on time, so that was good. Good flow. Good flow.
Feeling the flow.
And then we had an employee at the staff meeting. Because every meeting we go over the wins of the week. We go over the wins of the week. Then we go over the tracking. We track all the numbers. And then we talk about issues of the week. So the managers get to tell me any issues of the week. And one of our staff members says, it's getting kind of weird. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it, so I'm just going to say it. You're going to hear the meeting in a minute. But basically, one of the employees was chain smoking. So during their break, they would just chain smoke.
Okay.
And then because they're smoking an entire cigarette in like 30 seconds, they're just inhaling the cigarette. And so they were coughing on customers.
No.
Yes.
This could not be true.
It's a real story. So when you hear this audio, you're going to hear in the meeting, you're going to hear me in the meeting, in my staff meeting with managers, you hear me say, fire! We need to fire. And I probably said the word fire 10 times because there's this weird elephant in the room situation where all the employees know this person needs to be fired. Mm-hmm. But we had a customer that thankfully had the compassion needed to call us and say, hey, I want you to know one of your employees was chain smoking, and then they coughed in my face multiple times, and it was nasty.
Oh my
and then they said, I got to leave for a minute. I got to get up for a second. They went and smoked another one down because they're trying to smoke a cigarette in like 30 seconds, just suck it all up. And that was a real thing.
Wow.
And so I had to fire the person.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear me in the meeting. I'm like, fire. Multiple times. I probably said the word fire 15 times. You're going to hear it.
I hope that's all you said.
Well, but again, you start off with a meeting. You every week, if you're out there, if you have a staff, you have to have a weekly staff meeting. You have to do it. And the meeting needs to start on time. And then you go over the numbers, the tracking. Why do you have to track the numbers, Miriam? And I'm not saying you're a management guru. I'm just saying, why do you did very well in pharmaceutical sales. You've also done well in home sales. Why would you want to track the numbers every week?
Because you can only measure what you track. You can only improve what you track. How can you improve something you don't even know about?
So in this meeting, you're going to hear me. I'm following up with people about the number of objective Google reviews they gathered, the number of memberships they sold, etc. And you're going to hear when I ask, hey, how many reviews did you get? One guy says, what was that? How many did you sell? I'd have to look at it. Because people don't want to look at the numbers if they're not doing a good job.
Right. They don't want to be held accountable.
Meanwhile, the people that did a good job, they do want to be held accountable.
Right.
They want that number to be known, okay? So, again, every meeting, if you have a staff meeting, if you're saying, how do I lead a staff meeting? One, you start your meeting on time, the same time every week. Miriam, why does the staff meeting have to be at the same time every week? Why can't it be a wandering generality of different times every week?
Well, because people won't be consistent with it. So if they know what time it is, they'll be there, they'll be on time.
Why do you think a lot of small business owners refuse to schedule a set weekly time to have their staff meeting? Why do you think that is? Consciously or subconsciously, why do you think they refuse to do it?
I think they don't want to be held accountable themselves, probably.
There it is. And why do you think that the business owners oftentimes miss their own staff meeting? Why is that?
Because they're not holding themselves accountable. And you can't lead like that, because how you lead is where your people will go. If you're not holding yourself accountable, how can you hold them accountable?
So on today's show, folks, we're going to walk you through how to lead the perfect staff meeting. Dr. Z and I are going to walk you through that. But again, you're going to hear audio of me doing it, okay? So one is you start the meeting on time. Two, you go over your numbers. Three, you address any burning fires with the spirit of candor. You just call it out. You find any burning fires, any jackassery, anything that's going on, and you just deal with it. And so you're going to hear me in the meeting at least 15 times say, fire, fire, fire. And I'm excited about it. I'm not unhappy about it. I'm actually gleeful and joyful that I get to prune the tree and remove a person who is emitting jackassery into our business. And why do people feel bad when they have to fire someone? I don't feel bad. I feel glad. Why do some people feel sad or mad or depressed, or they feel cognitive dissonance when they have to fire someone? Why do people feel bad about it? Why do you think that is, business owners?
I think they care what that person thinks of them, and they want to be liked, and it's uncomfortable because maybe they care about the person's family environment, and maybe it'll be hard on them. But at the end of the day, they're hired not to be your friend, but to perform a task. And if they're not performing the task, then they need to leave.
And in our staff meeting today, you're going to see this, folks. Again, every meeting, you start on time, you track your numbers, you go over burning fires, okay? Then what you do is you provide praise for people doing a good job and feedback for those that are not doing a good job. All right.
There you go.
Then the next thing you do is you do training. So when we wrap up the meeting, we moved into a role play where you won't hear that particular part, because after we stop our 30-minute meeting, then we go into role playing and training and that kind of thing. And we do it every single week. And I just encourage everybody out there, if you've ever needed to fire somebody and you don't know how or when, or how you as an owner will address the idea of firing somebody, or how to, the whole awkward, for me, it's not awkward at all. I enjoy it. And so you get a chance to hear today's staff meeting where I did it. And I thought to myself, if I'm going to have to fire someone today, I should at least record it and make it a good training for somebody out there. Because there's somebody out there that your business is being, it's struggling because you won't fire somebody.
Hey, maybe they could just have a recording of you saying that they're fired, and they could just play that when they fire someone.
Well, how I fire someone, this is my process. When I do have to fire, I bring in myself and one other person. So there's two of us. We look at the person. We can say, hey, here's the deal. It's not working out. So you no longer work here. And no matter what they say, like, well, how come I got fired? You're like, because it's not working out. Like, well, why? Because it's not working out. And if they don't know, that means that you, previous to that time, have done a very bad job managing. In this person's case, I've told them, you're not allowed to smoke at work. Wow, you're discriminating against smokers? I'm like, you just can't smoke during the workday, okay? They already know that. Second, I've told them, you cannot be leaving your client meetings to go smoke. You can't do it. We've already addressed this. So because I'm candid, I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear me have an odd enthusiasm about firing this person. And it's going to be...
Did you fire him in front of everybody?
No, I just, in our staff meeting, we identified with, this
okay.
is great question. This is with the managers. So the
Okay.
managers are hearing, we're having a management meeting, and in the management meeting, we're going over all these numbers, and then we found out that there was somebody behaving badly, AKA showcasing jackassery, and so we therefore had to fire them.
Okay.
So that's the background of the story. So again, if you're out there today and you want to know how to lead a staff meeting, final pro tip, and then we're going to get into a podcast where we walk you through how to do a staff meeting, and the audio will come up in just a second so you can hear me actually leading a staff meeting. You want to keep your staff meeting as short as possible. It's not a staff beating, it's a staff meeting. And the purpose of the staff meeting is to get stuff done, not for me to pontificate and to somehow create a platform for myself to talk in circles about things I find to be important. Because I don't think that anybody wants to be at that staff meeting. If they do, it's great. But the purpose is to be very efficient. And we've all been in a staff meeting. Miriam, I'm sure you've been in one where it goes on for like an hour and a half.
Aaron Antis' meetings are real
Come
long.
on.
They're fun, but they're long.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
You don't want to be, so if you are listening, this audio here, folks, this is my actual staff meeting. I think it's maybe 25 minutes long.
Oh, that's impressive.
And I never want to go longer than that because, again, all I'm doing is I'm going over the numbers, burning fires, training, and then I go, all right, well, see you next week. I mean, that's okay. And in the meeting, you're going to hear me follow up on a lot of crap from last week's agenda. So on a practical level, you have to have an agenda. And on the agenda, you're going to hear me. There's one part of the meeting where I get kind of froggy because I'm very frustrated. You'll hear me, and I'm going, who is supposed to do it, and what are they supposed to do? Because every action item has to have a who's going to do it, what are they supposed to do, and when is it going to be done? Who's supposed to do it, what are they supposed to be doing, and what date? And you're going to hear me in the meeting interrupt people probably 10 times where I'm going, that's great, but I want to know who needs to do it, what needs to be done, and when. And why do you have to know who's going to do it, what needs to be done, and when is it going to be done? Why do you have to do that?
Accountability.
And then why do I have to put it on the agenda and follow up on it throughout the week?
Because people don't do what they're not held accountable to do and what you don't measure, sadly.
Yeah. So if you're out there today, and if you're out there today and you want to know how to manage people effectively, without any further ado, here is the raw, unedited, uncensored, not politically correct staff meeting. This is how I do a staff meeting. This is me doing a staff meeting. Some of you will like it. Some of you won't like it. Frankly, I care enough about your success that I don't care how it makes you feel. This is just how you do it. It's like a look inside a football locker room. It's like an NFL mic'd. It's like a behind the scenes, but it is in fact my staff meeting. So without any further ado, here we go.
Aren't I the defending champion of the free throw contest?
You did last year. You did win.
Oh, the free throw one. That's a three-pointer one.
And the 3-point.
No, it's not both.
Yeah, I went 4 for 5 and then 3 for 5.
Very controversial.
Fire.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so we can delete this. What shop are we focusing on this week for outbound?
Downtown.
Downtown. Okay. So we're going to focus on downtown. All right. And then we are doing the giveaways in December. Now, if you're at South, focus on getting outside irrigation reviews. If
Yep.
you're at downtown or Broken Arrow, focus on PMH Tulsa reviews.
How did we do this week on getting reviews?
Good. Young, he got 29. Amelia got
What were the 29 for?
PMH Tulsa, South, and then PMH Tulsa and South.
South did not have any reviews.
Okay, that one just might not have posted. And then
But Outside Inc. and PMH got a lot of reviews.
Amelia got 15 and Taryn got 12.
So South Tulsa didn't have any reviews?
Correct. I can go to the lead here. I'll just look it up for you. When I looked at it yesterday, it did not have a lot.
Okay.
Newest was a week ago.
Okay. All right.
And then for Broken Arrow,
Carter, if you'll just focus on that today. Cool.
it was 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right. And then so Young got the most reviews.
Okay.
All right. And then we sold 1 deluxe.
Taryn, how many did you get?
You got 12.
That's good. That's good. 12 is good. All right, keep going.
All right. We sold 1 deluxe beer membership at all the shops last week.
Yep.
Does everybody, Lily and Annie, do you have access to the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Do you have access to the agenda? Yes. Oh, okay.
It's just good to look at. There's a lot of good information on there if you're not sure about certain things you do. Okay. And then clients turned away 7, 4,025 calls made, 64 calls missed, $467.67 spent on ads, 574 clicks, 65,144 impressions, 19 word of mouth, 1 Facebook, 17 Google, and then 1 cut card. And then we had 46 outbounds booked, 21 memberships sold, 1 deluxe beer membership sold. We're at 3,072 members. We're at 384 paid non-member cuts, 4 total reviews gathered for the shops. Downtown's at 2.
What I want to do, if you can put this on the agenda, okay?
Okay.
This month, from now until Christmas, if you can go to the top of the agenda, put this down here. So anybody who's a manager needs to understand this idea, and all the stylists, okay? Any customer who brings a new person to the shop that becomes a member is entered in for a chance to win a 70-inch TV, okay? It's between now and Christmas. So we'll give it away right before Christmas. So we'll give it away on December 22nd. So the way it works is like, Taryn, if you're getting your hair cut and you bring a friend who becomes a member, then that's 1 credit for you. Does that make sense? And then they'll say, well, how does this work? And we can put this on the agenda today, but people will ask, well, how does it work? Whenever people sign up for a membership, you ask them how they heard about you. And then we want to have set up in Zenoti so we can track it. So we would say, oh, Taryn told me, or Yong told me, and then that's how it would happen. Does that make sense?
So make sure we put the client referral source.
Yeah, that could be the customer-specific name.
Yeah.
Cool? All right. So, hey, just so you know, this month we're having a special. It's actually from now until Christmas. That anybody that you tell about Elephant in the Room, if they become a member, then you're entered in for a chance to win a. And then let's look up a 70-inch TV real quick, and let's get like specific on what it is.
Still the $5 as well, though? The $5 referral?
Right. Yep. So, let's look at the Toshiba 75-inch. Oh, that's okay. So let's do that. It'll be a Toshiba 75-inch TV. Okay. It'll be a 75-inch TV.
All right. 75-inch.
Cool.
All right.
So, Young, pitch it to me. Carter, pitch it to me.
The referral?
Yeah, get me to want to do this.
Okay. Hey, do you think you have any friends that would be interested in coming to Elephant Room?
You know, I've never thought about it.
Well, interesting. Well, we actually are giving away a 75-inch TV, so if you bring any of your friends who end up getting a membership, we'll enter you for a chance to win that thing.
And then I'm going to go, okay. And you go, one way you could do it is you could just post on social media, like, just got my hair cut at Elephant in the Room, and if somebody comes in from that, we credit that to you.
Okay.
So our call center always asks people how they heard about us. So Carly, you've got 240 folks that really have worked with you consistently. And if you say, hey, but when you're cutting their hair, you know, you're going, hey, anybody you refer this month, kind of a fun thing if you tell your friends or family about us. Anybody who becomes a member, you're entered in for a chance to win the whatever. Plus you get a $5 referral.
And that's unlimited.
Unlimited.
10 people.
So you have 10. And the way these kind of things work is you'll get about 10% of your group that will get excited about it and they'll want to do it. And then you'll get about 10% that cares not.
Yeah.
And you get kind of that middle that might send 1 or 2. But there's going to be somebody who's like, oh, yeah, I'm the whatever coordinator at my church. I'm going to tell everybody. Or, oh, yeah, I work at the office or whatever. So that's how that works. Cool? So, everybody feel good about this idea? Okay.
What about there's someone who might buy it for their employees, actually, because that still counts?
If they buy a membership for their employees, I mean, as long as it's legit, the idea is that every time that they refer somebody who becomes a member, I've never seen an employer since I've worked here who buys memberships for their employees. I've never seen it. I've seen people say they're going to. I've never seen it.
There's one that did.
They might be the first. I've seen people say it, but I've just never seen people do it. But that's a great idea. Everybody feel good about this? Okay, it'll be between now and the cutoff, the giveaway is on December 22nd. December 22nd. Give away the TV on December 22nd. Cool? And then, what are we doing? So, at the special, how does it work? Feel good about this? We'll throw this on the agenda. Cardi, feel good about this?
Yes, I feel great about it.
And you're the hype man for this.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Hype everyone up.
Hype it up. Next one.
All right. Then 2227 for downtown reviews, 3,403 for South Tulsa, 2,825 for Broken Arrow, 2 downtown reviews, video reviews, 2 South Tulsa video reviews, 1 Broken Arrow video review. Was that correct, guys? One.
No, we have more.
How many do you have total?
How many videos?
I just got 1.
Oh, then that makes 2 for us.
All right. And then our closest competitor did not change in review status.
Yep.
All right. Keep going on the agenda. Down we go. Okay. Make sure, guys, if it's 8 o'clock and there's still a client in your shop, you keep the door unlocked, the TV's on, and the music on. And if it's not 8 o'clock yet and you don't have clients on, wait until 8 to lock the door and turn the music off.
Is there any reason to ever turn the music off? Does that help anybody?
It says to turn it off on the checklist, which is one.
Okay, I got it. All right.
But just make sure we're not turning off the music until the last client has left or it's 8 o'clock.
Now, Christmas party, okay? We're getting into a good flow now. We're there. We're activated. We're focused. Okay? So, thing here, we can put this on the agenda as well, okay? Anybody who brings your favorite dessert, so you bring whatever your favorite dessert is, and you have a chance to win a $500 cash prize for the best dessert based upon the judgment of others. And if it's not a dessert, it could be favorite food item. Cool? So, Christmas party, that'll be one of the things we'll be doing, okay? And make sure we add this to the very top of the agenda because I want this to go on to our meeting, our agenda we print out for everybody this morning. So if you are like, I grill an incredible cheese-infused hot dog. And I'm like, what are you saying? You could do that, and that could be your thing. If you're someone who says, I make this, I make that, and so these are all, that's one of the ways you can win stuff. Basically, the Christmas party, the way I do it is there's just constant giveaways and contests. It's like Festivus, okay? So, anyway, so make sure we put that on the notes as well.
All right. And we want this on the other agenda.
When we print off the agenda today, I need both these things on that agenda.
Okay. I will put both these on there after we break this one.
Carter, make sense?
Yes.
You're the hype man for this as well.
Oh, we got a lot of hyping to do.
Yeah. So make sure. Cool?
All right. Okay. And then, Taryn, are you still mentally marinating on a winner for December?
Yes.
Perfect. List of employees on time pay who don't come to the meeting, still working on this problem. Managers flex the black t-shirt for suspended members.
When you say working on this problem, what does that mean?
My goal is to replace Cammie and Latrice because they refuse to show up. Carly Sullivan is only with us for a short period until she leaves, and until she graduates school. So I don't see that as a problem because she does a great job. Robin, I'm going to replace.
Did we deal with the person who was doing bad haircuts and then smoking a lot?
Yes.
Yes, she's gone.
Didn't see that coming.
But we have 2 downtown that they're not happy with at all. They
2?
want gone now. Yeah.
Okay.
They're really bringing down morale.
And can we replace them, or who do we have?
I have Derek, who's supposed to get back to me today on a start date, and then I have Haley, who's starting at the end of November. My goal is before the end of November to replace them.
Okay.
I just need to get a start date from Derek.
So can you communicate that to Amanda this morning so she knows that?
Yeah.
Carly, will you also communicate that?
I'll let her know.
And then Carter, will you also communicate it? So it's a 3-time communication before the time of 9:30.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm aware of that. Cool. Carly, you good?
Got it.
Okay. The Jack Wagons. Okay.
And then make sure to add lunches for your team members who you add to your schedule managers. This is your responsibility.
Noelle, this is a great time to express my appreciation for you. Thank you for not being a Jack Wagon. Yeah. I'm just saying this because people who maybe are new to this world, you typically don't round up your best people and fire them. When you have a customer that calls and is like, Helga was smoking and then was coughing on me during my haircut and then telling me about their personal problems and made me depressed. And you hear that twice. How many people did not call us and say something? You know what I mean? So people don't want to feel like they're getting their haircut from Helga, who's chain smoking on them. I guess coughing on someone while cutting their hair is not really the look. But it's a good way to clear out the lung. You just... So, anyway, that's just... But we need to know if there's jackassery going on. Because I don't know unless our mystery shoppers tell us. So one of them caught it. That's how I know. But if you're in the store and there's a jack wagon, just tell me something like, there's a jack wagon. And then my job is to replace them, okay? All right, next.
All right, Lily and Noelle, do not turn away a haircut. How's that going?
Good.
All right, except for OPC. Per person averaging 225 outbound calls per shift and 5 outbound booked. How's that going?
Good.
Karen, how's your short walk going?
No casualties.
Nice.
Okay, and then Carter, can we delete this? Is it,
Yeah.
is it hooked up?
It's
No,
hooked. Young, is it hooked up the top?
Brenner?
I need another Ethernet cord. And then
What the?
Okay, can you change that to get an Ethernet cable?
If they just have a spare one here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It runs off of Wi-Fi if we can get the password just to plug the
So
Wi-Fi.
we are hardwired in. I don't think we have that. We have that.
Let's just, Carter, before the end of the day, we just make sure this is done.
Yeah.
Operation printer. And then Young, if you need something, just get a hold of Carter because I don't want it to drift a week.
Okay.
Cool?
I'll get it
All right.
before the
Next.
And then I did call Zenoti this week. It wasn't about the complaints about the not stored cards. I called them about the issues with disputes. So this week, since we've resolved that, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
Since we've resolved that, now I can focus on the card.
Okay. Next.
Micah, Sink, take it away, Micah.
Okay, so one sink is back up and running. I have a new sink that's having a problem now. Devin, she ordered the piece for me, and so I should be getting all 4 sinks back up. I did the silicone, we fixed one, and then a complete pipe broke on another one, and so I'm just waiting for the new pipe to install it. So I'm gonna be
What are the problems? What's problem 1?
problem 1 resolved. That was the one with a leaky.
But tell me about the current problems that exist.
Current problem, the drain pipe that goes from the bowl to
So
basically.
sink needs a what?
Oh, sorry, not sink. Shampoo bowl.
Shampoo bowl needs a.
Shampoo bowl needs a new female-to-female connector that goes.
Can
from
you type
the
that?
tap.
Do we know about this?
Yeah, so that just happened this week, and so.
But I mean, I want to put. You make this a separate line item. I can't do paragraphs. We just put. So we need this. So what needs what?
So we already ordered it, so I just need to install it today, and so it arrived on Saturday after I already.
Okay, so you got that.
Yeah, I should have it done by today.
And there was something else you said.
Yes, the other bowl was leaking.
But you fixed that already?
Fixed that already, yeah.
So the only problem that exists is this one.
Yeah, broken pipe.
Oh, shakababa. Great job. Okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we're clear about who's doing it and when they're doing it and what we're doing.
So this is the one and only problem we're fixing it.
Yep. There it is. Oh, yeah.
And then our shampoo, is it doing better this week?
Nice.
Amelia, can we delete?
Yeah, you can just take that off.
Carly, if you'll do me a favor, as soon as we get out of here, call Amanda. Say the jack wagon will be
I'll
removed.
call her.
The passion. So make her know. And Carter, tell her, hey, you hear the good news? Jack wagon's on the way out.
Okay.
Okay? Because no one wants to work with a jack wagon. Let's just be real. If you're working with a jack wagon, you don't want to work with a jack wagon.
It's true.
And the jack wagon will usually spread gossip and rumors to try to make other people team up with a jack wagon.
And I feel like one of the two's not booked. So honestly, we could probably let one go and shove their books together.
This is true.
Do it.
So let one go.
Symbolic firing.
Shove them and
Yes.
let the other one go. Just whichever one's getting
Fire.
Are you ready, Carter?
Fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Fire.
Downtown.
When?
Tammy.
Fire.
She works Tuesdays and Fridays.
Fire.
Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
I was close.
Fire.
So, today?
Yeah.
Let's go.
And which one?
Tammy, Misha.
Wait, do we know why we're firing?
Well, the line is.
It's not
It's just
working
not
out.
good.
Not a good fit.
Not a good
You
fit.
feel good about this?
Oh, yeah.
Let's role play. Tell me I'm fired. Do it.
Hey, so it's just not a good fit.
Oh,
so
why?
today's the last day. It's just not a good fit.
Okay, that's good. And they know why they're not a good fit too, right? They know it.
They know.
They're
They'll
not,
say why. They'll ask why, but they actually do know.
but they know. It's
When
you,
is her shift
Newman.
over?
Over today at 8. So
Well,
it's-
and then sometimes she shows up at 1 when she's supposed to. Sometimes she shows up at 3.
sometimes she doesn't show up at all.
Are we finishing the day?
Can we start the day?
Do what?
Can we start the day?
What do you mean?
Before she even gets there.
Do you want us to? We can look
Fire!
at the books after
Can we
this
just
and
do
see.
it?
We'll look
we
at
do
the
it here?
books.
Yeah,
We'll
fire
look
now.
at the books and like
We
see
can do
what
it
we
here?
can
Yeah.
If she's here?
Oh yeah.
Never shows
Oh,
up.
she never shows up.
That's fair.
Yeah,
So
just
can
so-
we just do it at 1 then?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do that.
do it. Oh, this is so
I have a
good.
gap in my schedule.
This is great. This is the holiday spirit.
So for me, am I moving all of her stuff to the float, and then, or whatever she has to the float, and then.
We'll look at that
Talk
logistics right
logistics
after we
after.
finish. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
This
look
is
at
so good. This is what we needed. Thank you guys.
Carly, I'm gonna.
Have I expressed how much, Carly, I appreciate you?
Thank you.
You do such a great job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's great when you have a non-jack wagon. You don't have, but we all know who the jack wagons are in our lives. We know. Trust me, we know. We all know. We've all seen Christmas Vacation. We know who Cousin Eddie is. We know he knows who he is too.
Yeah.
He knows, and we know. We all know. And the only insincere thing is not saying it. So this is good. The proverbial colon has been cleansed. Let's continue.
All right, Carly. The paychecks come out this Friday, so next Monday, once you receive that, we'll delete this off. which date?
So I was there on Saturday. I ended up just calling up John, who used to work here, and said, "How do you do it?" He showed me how to do it, but the only problem is we do not have whoever fixed the chair last did not put the right Allen wrench back in the thing.
So we need an Allen wrench?
I borrowed some from James, and I should be able to do it tomorrow because I'll be.
Where did James get those from?
The desk.
From where?
Just from my desk. He's like, "Oh, I got some Allen wrenches here on my desk," and so I have them in my backpack now.
Okay. Next.
All right, and then Micah. So this is a double fit. We are.
Yeah, that's the one that I fixed.
Okay.
Fixed.
Yeah, that one.
Next.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is a client complaint about Kamisha. I guess we can delete it because we're going to take care of that today. Correct?
Fire!
Client complaint. Noelle, take it away.
So that one. Let's see. This guy ended up canceling his membership, and he.
But doesn't Dustin on average does Dustin on average do a good job? Do we know about this?
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Well, and Tiffany does a good job too. They both do a good job.
So what's going on here?
That must have been a consultation or just not. Maybe he showed him something that, maybe he showed curly hair, his hair straight, something like that. I'm going to say it was.
So during
He's
training,
flat out leaves
the store without telling the stylist that they're off.
So here's what you have to do, just to do a little teaching moment here. Put this on the agenda too. But if you're don't put his name. Dustin and Tiffany do a great job. I just want to make sure, as managers, your job is to look them into their soul and go, was everybody good today? Did you have a good time? You have a good experience? And if they're like, actually, it's crazy back there. Then you're like, what happened? You can tell me. I don't want to get him in trouble. I don't want to get him in trouble. And you're like, yeah, you know, in trouble. I don't want to get anyone fired. You know what I mean? And what's wrong? That's what happens. And then they'll whisper to you. Carter, you've worked the front desk. You've seen this.
Yes.
They'll be like, it's bad back there. It's bad. And then the stylist is looking at them, and they're like, I can call you later. That's what happens. So you got to fish it out. Cool? Because most people will not look someone directly in the eye and say, stop doing that. They just won't. Most people. Very few will. Okay. Passive aggressiveness.
all right. And then Noelle, take it away.
That guy, so it was a husband and son. The mom called. The son was signed up for membership, but there was no sign up form for it. They had
Who signed this person up?
It was at South.
Who was the signer upper? Young?
Young.
So they can't sign up unless someone knows about it. Young, you aware of this?
I am aware.
Okay. So you took care of it?
Yeah, we got him taken care of. She
Okay.
was not happy, but we left.
But you left her happy?
Right, she's great now.
Okay, good.
Did he cancel his next appointment? Because he has an appointment scheduled.
No, they kept the appointments, but they canceled the memberships.
Okay.
Okay, but you made sure they knew. Okay, we'll get you canceled. Next.
Carly, take it away.
So the clients are asking for the beard wash, beard conditioner, and face scrub because we use all that, but
Yeah.
we don't sell it. So
I like the idea of selling it.
start selling it.
I like to sell it.
Well, and downtown, instead of them getting a big, I want to say it was beard wash, they ended up getting little ones for retail anyway. So we might as well just keep those and start selling those at downtown and then order some for South and Broken Arrow.
What are the steps that need to happen to do this, Manna?
Devin, do you know what the beard wash, beard conditioner, face scrub she's talking about?
It's all Billy Jealousy.
Yep. Yeah.
So you can order
I'll just order retail versions of it.
So
Yeah,
And
what
then
is step one?
We have to get it set up in Zenoti.
What is step one?
Step one, order Billy Jealousy retail.
Step two?
Set it up in Zenoti.
Do a lot of emotional people name these products? Okay. Next. Is set up in Zenoti?
Yeah, put it in Zenoti.
The Wrath of My Childhood is the name of my shampoo. I used it. It's just stop.
Right. These are the steps. Oh, and then step three.
Step
don't
three.
display.
Yep. Okay, real quick, back to the Christmas party.
Okay.
I need, and Carter, you got to own this today. You're helping me out too, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know, Manna, you've been to many Hispanic-themed parties.
I actually have.
And what are the things that you do at those parties?
Dance. You dance?
Pinata.
There's
Not happening.
Pinata.
Pinata, we got pinata. Okay, what else?
There's a lot of drinking.
Do you ever slaughter a pig?
Not by me, there's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of food.
Pig roast?
There's so
Is it
much
pig
food.
roast?
Yeah, I've actually been to one where they killed the goat.
Carter, look into that today.
gosh.
Okay, so Carter, look into the pig roast.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, I will.
Ooka chaka, ooka chaka.
I think we should get ponchos. And
Like-
wear
Yeah,
ponchos.
ponchos.
Like one of those like
Sombreros.
ones that turn. Is that what we're thinking? Like a live fire that turns?
Cockroach
Yeah,
killers.
there's got to be some guy who does it.
What?
Oh, I thought you were saying you know a pig roasting guy.
No, you'll find it.
no.
So put it on here. Carter, find pig roast guy. And I need all this to go on the all staff meeting today. And every year we have to get behind a theme there's an energy behind it now. Right up, right. Okay. Now we need there's got to be a pig roasting guy. That's what he does. Outside, rotating. Ooga chaka, ooga. We're gonna have pinatas. I got mariachis booked. Well, he's gonna try. We got helicopter rides this year. Helicopter rides. A lot going on.
To roast the pig.
What's up, Jay? Tell Jay I'm gonna grab him in just a second. Keep going.
Okay. Does this look right, Clay? Is this what you wanted?
Yeah, I want that all on the staff agenda.
Okay.
Ooga chaka.
All right, now go back to where we were. One day.
Big
Okay.
roast.
Firegate. Amelia, take it away.
Fire extinguishers, I have them all put up in the shop, but they're not very aesthetically pleasing, and I know that everybody's going to complain, so Devin said, put it on the agenda, see what you think. If
You put them wherever you want, so that I don't have to think about it.
Okay, it's done.
It's just these fire people. I know. Whatever. Keep going.
All right, and then I did check, and this is still out of stock and unavailable. I will call them today after the next meeting to find out when the heck they're going to get back in stock.
Yeah.
Young, you were sending me photos. Good job. Keep up the good work. And then Micah, you're sweeping the front. It looks good. Good job. Keep up the good work.
Not super pissed at everybody. Just gonna put my wrath towards Carter, and then Carter, you can deal with it. Every store needs to get an average of at least 1 to 2 Google reviews a day that stick. So we work with 160 clients, all of which can get reviews. I just don't want to end a week where we don't do it. So Carter, if you can just get intense, or you have to fillet the pig and roast it yourself using a lighter.
Well, that's like I want to do that. So.
Okay.
You're incentivizing me.
Can I use a pit? No, just the lighter. You're not a big fan of pig?
They're just really smart and they kill them in front of each other and they know what they're doing.
They make awful noises when they
Listen, we're not going to slaughter it here.
As long as it's not
We're going to slaughter it out in front of the front door. I'm just kidding. We'll figure. I don't know. I'm new to the pig roasting game. I haven't gotten the culture yet. I don't know what it's like.
The first thing we do at the Christmas party is just slaughter in front of everyone.
Throw the spear. All right, keep going. Keep going. Oh.
Amelia, good job on sending photos. Karen as well. Devin, how are we doing on reason for not tracking why clients are buying memberships?
Good.
Doing a good job. And then managers know to set up the unlimited to charge after the 15th for the next month.
Yep.
And then let stylists know when they receive a redo and group text Carly and Nana. Can I change this to Carter?
Yes.
I'm kind of sick of it.
So
Managers
sick of it.
self-lock bill hats at 27.
Yep.
Selling mesh caps at 25. Managers include a free t-shirt or book with each membership sale.
Yep.
And then drop off $1 cards to businesses within 1 mile of your store.
Yep.
Managers connect with your team this week. And then here are all the ways you can get paid. We need to get 1 to 2 video reviews a day. Just get real comfortable asking every single client for a review. And then here are the upload notes. Devin, did everybody send you their video reviews?
I
and their
got
photos?
Micah, Annie, Amelia, and Young. So I didn't get Ashley, Taryn.
I just sent mine.
Okay. Okay.
So Ashley, you'll connect with Devin after this meeting to send.
And then Carter, like to see if you can get with Taryn, like to see if I'd like Taryn to be able to learn how to do search engine stuff.
Okay.
Cool. 'Cause you're doing great. I'm just trying to make sure you're on that path. Cool. All right. So let's just make sure. All right.
And then Kimberly Haley, you'll take out of the thing, Noel. And then include a free book in shop whenever someone buys one of Clay's books on Amazon. And then is this up to date, Miss Noel?
Yes.
Okay, and then we're steering to the rear of the month.
Yep.
Make sure the rear of the month is full. And then what are we doing for training? Are we doing consultation?
Well, today I want to focus a lot of energy on the Christmas party.
Oh, okay.
And then focus on the special we've got going on. Okay. And then we'll do demo cuts. Where do you want to go, Carly?
Do demo cuts? Okay. Yeah, I have, I'll look at who's over, and then I have 2 people to cut as of right now.
And then Carter, I'm going to have you work with me on the meeting today. And then we're going to get, we're going to have you work with the, role play with the managers.
Yeah.
But I really want to get good energy for the Christmas party.
Okay.
All these items. So let's make sure these items we talked about work onto the agenda we print out.
I
Cool?
will do that right after we end this meeting. Tax credits are good. I
Yep.
updated everyone's percentages. We did
Yep.
I need to go to barber school.
Yep.
Tax credits are good.
Yep.
I did drop-offs, and then I am pissed with getting new stylists.
Way to go.
He's doing great. And then Derek should be starting soon. Haley will be starting at the end of November, and then I've got 3 people to call today.
Oh, Shaka Baba. Fire!
Are we doing like, I don't know, like how we get all the gift cards and stuff? Can we do like most improved for one of those for the Christmas party for each?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do awards.
Yes.
And I'm going to do this because I like people to be pissed at one person who's not me. So we're going to do awards presented by Carly.
I like it. All right.
And that way they're like, "Why? How come Carly's the best MVP?" And Carly's like, "The winner of the best award, awkward as it is, goes to me." Wow. So that way you can be the presenter this year, okay?
Oh, great. Okay.
Because every time we present awards, like, well, how do I win? You didn't even know. So I'm going to have one person to blame. Over there, folks. Okay, good?
Take it.
All right, cool.
I don't care who I make.
That's good. Shaka Baba.
I'm improving.
That's right. You get an award for that. Put yourself down. Okay, next.
All right. All right, let's go back down. What's the item of the month this month?
Item of the month? Got it.
All right. Did everybody update what they need to send to Miss Devin for ordering? Yes. Did everybody finish payroll? Yes.
Yes.
All right. Everybody send me your receipts for reimbursements?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I think we're done.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, boom. Yes. I'm going to send that to me as soon as possible.
You have questions? America's #1 business coach has answers. It's your Broda from Minnesota. Here's another edition of Ask Clay Anything on the Thrivetime Business Coach Radio Show.
Yes, and yes. Thrive Nation, we had a question that came in from a listener, and they're wanting to know how can they make their meetings not feel like beatings. You know, like we've all been to a meeting, a staff meeting, where you're in the meeting, and you're a good guy, and you want to be a good employee, and you want to do a good job, or you want to be a good manager, or whatever. We've all been in a meeting where the meeting is terrible.
I've led those meetings.
And I think we all have. And we say, people, it's like you want the meeting to be over, but it's not over, and it keeps going and going.
That's really terrible when it's your meeting and you just want it to be over.
Right. And then what happens is you say, all right, everybody, let's go get them. And Jason, you've seen this. You've seen this. We've all seen this. We've all had a meeting we've been to where the meeting itself is an absolute meeting from hell. Have we all not seen a meeting like this? We all have.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So the question from the listener was, hey, this was the message we received. It says, do you know of any good books about taking charge of a room or giving an informal presentation? I have an employee who needs to learn how to do it better, and I'm not sure how to teach that. I just do it. So I'm going to walk you through the steps, and then I'm going to make it actionable. And Clint, you've got some notes. I want to break it down. Step 1, you start off every meeting with rapport or wins. Just rapport. So you say, all right, everybody, welcome to the meeting. You got to have good energy as a leader. Welcome to the meeting. What great things happened this week? And if the people on your team say, well, we lost a bunch of customers, you go, well, hey, no, I got to win. We're not dead, right? Right? What else is a win? And you've got to express an attitude of gratitude. It has to start off with some positivity. Then the needs. You say, what do we need to talk about in today's meeting? In today's meeting, we're going to be here for like an hour, and we need to make sure we get through all these things, which would require you to have a printed agenda. Or if it's a sales presentation, a one sheet. There's got to be some idea of how long the meeting's going to take and what we're covering in that meeting. Then the benefits. When you ask your employees to do something, yeah, you're the boss, but you've got to make them want to do it.
Right.
You've got to convince them that they want to do it, they should do it, they need to do it. You got to provide them benefits and facts and examples that, hey, I really do want to do this. And so I would encourage you to provide facts, statistics, quotes.
Well, and we call this gamifying. So
Yes.
you let them know what the goal is and how they can reach the goal, so what
There it
the
is.
scoreboard is, and then how they can win, and then maybe what they can win.
And then what you do is you give them a call to action. You say, now as a result of this, we got to go do this. We're going to do this. The meeting should be action-focused. And then you're going to go, does anyone have any questions before we wrap up the meeting? Does anybody have any questions about what to do or how to do it? Because there are no bad students, just bad teachers. So do we have any questions? And then they will go, I don't really understand how to upload the content. Or yeah, what list am I supposed to call? Or what did you want me to do again now? Or there's a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then you review what to do again. You repeat the calls to action, and you clarify who's going to do it, who is going to do it, when is it going to get done, and what happens if they don't get it done. Because if not, you'll have a meeting next week, and nothing got done, and then you'll start to say, well, what's the point of even having a meeting? And then you'll cancel your meetings, and this only happens the most often if your spouse is your partner, because your spouse or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your longtime roommate from college, someone you know, what they're going to do is they are not going to value the meetings because you're too familiar right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want to tell you, if a lot of husband wives listening to this, be very, very careful that if the spouse doesn't show up, tell them privately, hey, I really need you to be there for me here. It's important. And then have that conversation privately, because if you have that conversation in front of your team, there's always a tension in the room anyway, just because there's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone in the meeting will go, oh, snap. So your wife will say, hey, Clay, I wish you would be on time for the meeting. Your wife will say, I wish you were on time, Clay, for the meeting. Or Carl, I wish you were on time for the meeting. It's very important you're there. And you'll go, I'm sorry, babe. I just was running behind. And then someone will go, oh, snap. He's late 5 times in a row. How come he can't be fired? Or they'll say, how come he can't be fired? It depends what culture you're dealing with.
Sure.
But some cultures are louder. Puerto Ricans, they'll go, oh, he's going to get fired. Or he won't ever get fired because he's married to her. That kind of thing. But then if you're like the Caucasian in middle America, you'll go, it's more passive-aggressive. It's like, so do not address somebody not showing up to the meeting who's you're married to or dating or your partner. Don't do that in front of everybody else. Now, other rules, I put a link to it on the show notes. I have a downloadable. You can download this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually an agenda that you can download. But you got to start the meeting on time. Got to start the meeting on time. It has to be on time. So much so is this important that Ben Horowitz, who is the founder of the most successful venture capital fund in the world, and he also started Opsware, which he sold for $1.6 billion. How much do you think he fines people for being late?
I don't know.
What do you think?
$100 for being late.
It's $10 a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So let me explain this to you.
So
if you're late by 30 minutes, it's $300.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And he's been doing that forever. And I'll put a link on the show notes so you guys can see the Business Insider article about it. But he says that there's no bigger sign of disrespect for anybody than being late. And I agree with that. And I know there's a lot of husband wives listening, so I'm not even going to go there. I'm just saying, just please talk to your spouse privately if that's an issue. Pastors who I've worked with for years tell me nothing's more frustrating than when their key people show up late to service.
Mm-hmm.
Worked with one guy years ago. His associate pastor, who's on stage, would always roll up 10 minutes into the service. Into the service, just walking up on stage.
That's not acceptable.
His youth pastor actually used to not be there. All the kids were there, and his youth pastor would usually show up after the kids got there. True story.
Yeah.
So I have found in the smaller the business, the smaller attention to detail. It's like the smaller the business, the less intense they are about being on time. But having shadowed, the founder of Hobby Lobby or the CFO of Helmerich and Payne or big companies, billion-dollar companies,
all right,
I can tell you they start on time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I imagine they end on time too.
True. So always start your meeting with good news. This will bring your team together and will help to adjust the emotional state of the people in the room. But start on time. For the first 5 minutes, start on time. Then you transition into the sort of the recap of what we need to talk about, and that's 15 minutes. And in that, you want to go over the scorecard, review the rocks, the things you have to do every week, those repeatable things like checklists, and go over customer headlines or employee headlines, like who quit, well, who canceled, who's mad, who's happy, what's a key account we could land today, that kind of thing. Then for the next 5 minutes, we review our to-do list of what needs to be done.
Right.
And then we spend the majority of the meeting now identifying, discussing, and solving the problems. You identify the problems. That's why you're there all at one time.
Right.
You're all there at one time so we can all identify the problem, identify the real issue, discuss how to solve it, and assign action items. And then we want to wrap up the meeting by knowing who knows what to do. So again, I'm walking you through kind of step 1 through 6. Step 1, build rapport, go over the wins. Just take 5 minutes on that. Step 2, go over what needs to be covered with a printed agenda. Print your agenda. Jason, what would happen to our meetings if Julia did not go through? We have a big screen, so everyone's looking at the screen. No one can bring their cell phone in the meeting. No one can bring their smartphone in the meeting. Nobody can be laptopping in the meeting. What would happen if she did not methodically go over that agenda?
It would be chaos. We would have no structure, and we could not get all of that done in an hour.
True. So then we go over the agenda. So we start step number 1 with the rapport and the wins. Step 2, we go over the printed agenda. We go say, this is what we need to cover. Does anybody else here have something that you need to cover today? Then we spend the majority of the time identifying, solving, discussing the problems. And once we go ahead and assign action items, we want to deliver with every benefit, explain to people why they need to do it. All right? Then we call them to action, step 4. Then somebody's going to not know what you're talking about, and you have to ask, does everybody know what we're doing here? And when they say no, then you answer their questions. You don't judge them. A lot of bosses, Jason, I've seen bosses attack employees for asking questions. Yep. And in our coaches meeting, who asks the most questions?
That would be Mr. Sean Lohman.
And it's a delicate balance with Sean Lohman.
He is the question king. I love
Can
that
you
guy.
paraphrase what I've said to Sean in our meeting about his questions?
You, Helen. You, Sean.
He's imitating me.
You're a beautiful man. That's one of my favorite ones, but I'm trying to think of...
this is what I'll say to Sean. I go, Sean, that is a good question. And I'm going to highlight that green, which means I'm coming back to it. And I love your questions, but I hate your questions. Because some good learning happens when you ask questions. But man, you got a lot of questions today. Man, and he does that. And
loading up. Yeah. One of my favorite responses is, I don't mean to crush your hope before 7 o'clock in the morning, but, and that's when you go into like one of those questions like, should I have asked that early?
So I'll ask Sean, Sean, I love you. I love America. I love strong roads and strong kids and strong families. But I am not going to do that. Because Sean asks great questions. He'll be like, hey, how come we can't update our print piece or something? And I'm like, well, highlight that green. We'll come back to it. But he asks the most questions, and there's some great learning. But we can, as an entrepreneur who's very bullish and wants to get stuff done, you could be annoyed by people that ask good questions. Yeah. Right? And then we do the call to action. As we wrap up the meeting, we review who needs to get it done, when does it need to be done, and what needs to be done. And if you want a great book, you can read about this. It's called Traction by Gino Wickman. Traction by Gino Wickman. And I'll put a link to it on the show notes so everybody can check it out. And Gino Wickman is the founder of the book called Traction, a coaching program called Traction. It's many people that I know who have major companies love his book Traction. I know the Koloff Fitness people use his system, but I just want to make sure we get this before I have Dr. Breck and Clint chime in here. You got to print the agenda. You got to print the agenda, and you got to start on time.
Yes.
And you got to start on time, and you got to print the agenda. And I know that the vast majority of people listening right now, you're not printing the agenda, and you're not starting on time. And I know this because I used to go and shadow in businesses, and people would say, can I shadow? I said, yeah, make sure you have a printed agenda and you start on time. And I don't know a percentage, but I would say every meeting for every client except for maybe 1 or 2 started late. There was no agenda. And the boss ends up arguing with his staff and ends up taking majority votes on things. Like he'll say, how many of you want to update the playlist? This is dysfunction. And then someone's like, you'll have like 9 employees in your office. Let's say you have 9 employees. You go, so how many of you guys want to update the playlist? And then they go, I want to update it. We all want to update it. And you go, well, who's going to do it? And they go, well, we'll do it. So Sarah and Carl, you're doing it? Yeah, we'll do it. So then Carl says, I'll do it with Sarah. We'll work together. We'll get this done. And the next meeting, you show up, and the playlist isn't updated, and it becomes the new idea of the week, and the idea never gets done, and it becomes sarcastic, and then people start showing up late for the meeting, and then they start skipping the meeting, and then when you do have a meeting, it comes over like it feels like a beating because it's a weird form of cognitive dissonance that's going on because we basically are getting together every week to make a list of things we're not going to do.
Right.
I mean, that's what we're doing. So, Clint, what is your take on leading a meeting and the best way to do it as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, well, I love all those tips you just shared, and those are things that I've learned that work really well also. And then a couple things I was going to add. They mentioned asking about some books to read. Traction, it's a great one. One that I got a lot out of was just a really simple read was Tribes, Seth Godin, Tribes. And that talked a lot about that people want to be led, actually. That's proven, and also that
true.
You need to you can become a leader. Some people think, oh, just leaders are just people that are born with great, strong personalities.
Not true.
Anyone can become a great leader if they work at it. And then on another gear is something that's helped me a lot is when you go into a meeting, you mentioned it as having energy. So, like, I'm a huge fan of Tony Robbins, and so I recommend reading some of his books. It's more on mindset, and he calls getting into peak state.
Quick time out. I want to make sure the listeners out there, because if you're listening to this show, I have ripped Mr. Robbins, and I'll explain to you real quick. I want to make sure we get this idea. Tony Robbins, what he teaches about energy and mindset is awesome, and I would say, yes, buy it, bottle it, do it. What I find, and I'm not trying to steal any thunder away from your, because I agree with what you're saying. I just want to make sure I rightly divide this. I see a lot of people who've been to like 6 Tony Robbins conferences, and they're on divorce number 2, they're on bankruptcy number 3 or 2, and they are sufficiently motivated, but they do not know how to make a pro forma.
Right.
They do not know how to make their website canonically compliant. They do not know how to make a marketing video.
The brass tacks is missing.
Right. They don't know how to make a checklist. And so where Tony Robbins ends, that's where I start.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure you get it. Our show is for people who are already sufficiently motivated.
Pragmatic, practical, put your hands to the plow.
But if you're not motivated, Tony Robbins is a great place to start. And please continue, because what he teaches about energy is powerful.
Yeah. So, Tony Robbins, like a lot of people just kind of listen to his stuff on the outside. They think he's a motivator. But if you really, I've been studying Tony Robbins very, very deep. So he very much does get into mindset and change of state and mind. But most people just don't get that far into his work. They just think rah, and he is a good, he knows how to pump people up. But the biggest thing is power and certainty is what I was getting to. Like, I know for me, when I used to have my meetings when I was younger, especially my employees were older than I would go into a meeting and I'd be kind of nervous, and I was just kind of like, weak. And if you go and lead a meeting from a weak position, you're not going to control the room. You're not going to control the frame. Your employees can notice that. So it's getting into a positive mindset of power and certainty. And what the tips that you mentioned are great, going into the meeting with an agenda and what you're going to talk about, and having power and being a great leader and speaker. And that takes practice and preparation.
I would say this, that preparation creates luck. So I actually view the word, whenever someone says the word luck, I always replace it with preparation. So when someone says, oh man, Oprah's lucky, I go, Oprah is well prepared. I agree.
Yes.
Well prepared. They say Michael Jordan's so lucky. I go, you're so right. Michael Jordan is so prepared. They go, dude, it must be nice to be LeBron James. He's so lucky. I'm like, he is so prepared. You're correct.
Yep.
Because most people, it's easy just to say lucky.
Sure, because that takes it out of your hands.
Right. Breck, talk about meetings, how you've got it wrong in the past, how we could get it right in the future. Give us your tips on leading a meeting.
Yeah, I've started meetings late. I've not had an agenda. I've done all these things wrong before. And so I think there's a few things that you can do. One is cut out unnecessary meetings. And so, having like committees to create committees to never get anything done just demotivates everyone, because they know this is going to lead nowhere, and we're going to have another meeting about nothing to lead nowhere. And so cut out any unnecessary meetings. But then also, I kind of like what you said, or, when you were talking about sometimes there's that vote. We do a lot of ideas and solution finding by committee, like the whole group, the team together will create some ideas and some solutions to problems. But ultimately, I make decisions as the leader of the business. And so, the decision making is not done by consensus. It's not done by everyone. You have to take ownership if you're the owner. And so you can have great people that come up with great ideas that are outside of your own thinking, and I think that's wonderful. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to take the ownership of it and be willing to stand by your own decisions. And so you're not doing those things by committee.
What do you call an employee who is perpetually unhappy, and you're leading the meetings properly? You're doing everything right.
Yeah.
And you're being a good boss, and everybody else in your office is happy. But you got that one person who isn't happy. What's the adjective that you would use to describe an employee like that, Dr. Breck?
Cancerous? Is that a
cancerous?
Good,
okay,
is that a good adjective?
Yeah. And anything in cancer, if you allow it to spread, it will.
Yep.
A weed, if you allow it to go unpulled, it spreads. And Jason, you have a great client. I won't mention the name of his company, but he has a disgruntled employee.
Yeah.
Does he not?
He does.
Tell us the situation so the listeners can know the situation, but we will not mention any details about his company, because I'm going to give him some real and raw answers to his question right now.
Yeah.
And this right here is going to feel really dark.
Okay.
Someone's going to feel like this is like a bad show. This is going to take us to a really bad place. So I'm going to cue up my dark kind of
So stick with us so you get past this point.
Okay, so Jason, tell me the situation here.
Yeah, so he's got kind of an Eeyore in his department where this person's very negative and they're very sluggish and they're in a high-ranking position and don't execute the job. So it means key performance indicators aren't getting hit. They are horrible for the overall culture.
They're pissing off customers and fellow coworkers.
Oh, absolutely. And they're also being very deceitful with fellow coworkers, which is causing this big unrest.
So you ever had that happen, Breck?
He's wanting to get them out as soon as possible.
You ever had this happen before, Clint?
I have, yes.
So I'm going to walk you through how to solve this problem in 90 seconds. Step 1, install video cameras in your office and make sure that everyone knows they're up. Just like Target, just like Walmart, just like Quick Trip, put the cameras in. Make sure everybody knows that they're installed. Use Nest.com. I even like to have a reference monitor so they can see what you can see. But make sure that they know they're being recorded for quality assurance, for safety, for people stealing people's lunch, that kind of thing. 2, just do what you normally do. Do what you normally do. Because this employee, Jason, when he tried to call them on their jackassery, what did they threaten him with?
ADA, baby.
What?
The American Disability Association.
So they threatened to come after him, and saying that they're gonna go to the American Disabilities Association and sue him for wrongful termination.
Exactly.
Because they're disabled.
Yep.
That's what the employees actually said to him. Now this happens all the time. So step 1, you put in those cameras. Step 2, you do what you normally do. Step 3, you document the moments of jackassery, but never reference the video footage. You've already told them the cameras are up. Document them all, and every time it happens, download the clip. Download the clip. Then have one person present when you meet the person. Have cameras up in that room and say, hey, I have video footage of you over the past 3 weeks that I'm going to upload to YouTube and label as your name, called Employees Behaving Badly.
Busted.
And it's going to go viral. I'm going to spend a lot of money promoting the video, and you are going to be known all over the internet as the world's worst employee, or you're going to leave and not sue me, and then have them sign a release document. And I'm telling you, if you do not do that, you talk about playing hardball. I had an employee years ago at Elephant in the Room who did the same crap. I caught her on camera pretending to fall. No, seriously, pretending to fall. And when you have an employee that pretends to fall on camera, Breck, you're a chiropractor. What kind of claim do they typically? I'm sure you've seen somebody trying to commit insurance fraud that comes to your chiropractic center.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that happen?
Yeah, we make it very clear that our goal is to get you whole to the point that you were at the accident and nothing more.
But have you ever just straight up busted somebody?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we have a test we call malingering test. And so what that means is that someone is, if we're doing a test and they're not actually making an effort on that test, we can actually tell. And so, there's only so many things you can say that match up with the symptoms. But then when the tests are being done and you're like, oh, I can't lift my leg, but then you can feel that there's no effort behind them trying, and it shouldn't, or you have them do a test that shouldn't exacerbate this condition whatsoever. And like, oh, I can't, it hurts. And it's like, no, this is not true. So you're making it up.
So you've seen people make it up before.
Oh, absolutely.
So Elephant in the Room, what I did is I actually went out there. I pulled the footage of the person. I don't think they recognized that we had the footage of it. And so I just pulled them aside with another employee present, and I said, hey, here's the deal. I know that you're trying to screw us right now because I've seen the video footage of you actually faking a fall.
Had they already submitted a work comp claim?
No, they came to me and said that they are going to submit a workman's comp claim because they got injured. And I said to them, no, you're not. And they said, yeah, I am. I fell. I hurt myself. And I said, well, I got video footage of you faking a fall. I've got a video footage of you faking a fall. You didn't actually fall, and I've got video footage of it, and it's not going to go good for you.
No, that's insurance fraud.
It is
that's
insurance.
Bad.
Yeah, and then that's the thing where you might go to jail for that kind of thing, buddy.
That's a felony.
So I pointed out to them, like, that is not something you're going to do. But you got to play hardball. And, Jason, I think people don't want to play hardball. I think people don't want to ever do these things because they don't want to,
They don't want to work.
I think people don't want to seem mean.
Yeah.
I think half the people who heard this show right now are going, dude, that's terrible. I mean, don't you think the vast majority of people not our longtime listeners, but new listeners might go, that you're terrible.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the biggest problem I've learned with helping my clients who are trying to be better managers is they want so much to be liked by their employees. They want the constant approval and they want to be buddies. Well, then, of course, when that happens, you get a septic employee like this who's going to completely infect your entire business.
It's going to happen, dude. I'm just telling you, if you're out there today and you feel like you're stuck with a toxic employee, that is the tip. That's the moves, that's the step, and that's how you fire that person, and that's how you deal with it. So even if you do all the things we told you and you go in with a great emotional state and you follow these 6 steps of start with report 1, 2, build the needs, establish the printed agenda, basically the syllabus, 3, go over what needs to be done, 4, decide who needs to do it, 5, answer any questions, and 6, repeat what needs to be done. Even if you do all those steps, if you have a toxic employee who rolls their eyes in the meetings, who's yawning in the meetings, who's negative, it ruins the whole atmosphere, and get them out of your office as soon as possible. And now without any further ado, we like to end each and every show with a boom. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Hi, my name is Josh Spurl from Spurl & Associates, Chartered Professional Accountants based out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I met Clay at his conference in Tulsa in June of 2018. Started working with the coaching program shortly after there. You know, the experience has been great. You know, you really have a partner in the grind. You know, most people, I like to say most people are wrong about most things about business most of the time. And it's very difficult for entrepreneurs to connect with other entrepreneurs who actually know what they're talking about when it comes to business. But Clay and his team really does understand. You know, the tangible improvements that we've seen is we're up over 50% since starting with the coaching program. And, they're helping to help business owners create time freedom and financial freedom. And I know what you're going to think. You're going to say, what the heck are you going to do with your time freedom and financial freedom when you're in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada? That's the most northerly city in North America with 1 million people. You know, we're probably just sitting in our igloos hoping for some television, but I'll give you an idea of what we're doing in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So over here we have Sandra and we have Emma. Emma, say hello.
Hi everybody, this is my daddy's channel.
Emma really likes any video. So let's see what actually the time freedom and financial freedom can do for you in Edmonton. So believe it or not, we have a beach here, guys. And I'll take you on the little tour of Edmonton's beach. Now it's not what you Americans are going to think of as a beach. This is a northern beach. Got a really cool slide here. I don't know if you can see this purple slide. This purple slide that you're looking at here is a full loop-to-loop. It knocks you completely upside down when you go into it. Let's see if I can get the right angle here. You know, that does not appear physically possible, but it really is going to knock you upside down. Went on it last time, and here is the Edmonton beach. This is a northern beach. You guys out in Tulsa, you Americans think you have all the beaches here, but here is the northern beach, complete with waves. We got 30-degree weather inside here. Oh, sorry, 30. That's 90 for you guys over there. I gotta do the translation, the map in my head. And we even got a zip line that we can ride down here. And this is what we're doing with our time freedom and financial freedom in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Thanks to the Thrivetime team. Thanks very much, guys.
The Thrivetime Show, 2-day interactive business workshops, are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
Oh, sorry. The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. You know, they implemented those systems. That they taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you are looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like him most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or you know, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood.
This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you. And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to
live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.